Okay, we're back. A little bit later than first expected. Um, Quite frankly, I got so carried away, I just simply forgot. I was playing lots of games and just completely forgot. But there's a lot of good that's happened. A quick look at the table will show you that we're top. And actually, Dynamo Brest have been dropping points, who I consider our main rivals. But maybe I should be looking towards Shakhtar. But we have just been blowing teams away. If I show you the schedule, um, so I mean, where do we start? We were blowing teams away, outplaying them massively, um, and I think it was around Dynamo Brest. I think we played them. Who got the winner? Obviously, this was the cup, and Orakevo got. I think it was a header, if I remember right. Um, and we received an offer for Skirin. I want to say it might have been the day before the cup final. Was it the day before here? But we received an offer and we negotiated and got an incredibly good deal. So I'll take you to the transfers because kind of a lot's happened. But basically, Skirin, we ended up. It was a lot of negotiation, to be fair, but we ended up selling him for 5 million, which I think is a good bit of business. And I also worked into the business a 50% sell-on fee. Uh, so bearing in mind that he's gone to a team which they are UFA. I've never heard of them, but they're in the Russian league. There you go. They're first at the moment. They're top of the Russian league after 3 games. And I guess what that says to me, because it was actually Arsenal Tula who were interested in him. But anyway, is he playing? That's a good question. Is he playing? He is, yeah. He's doing well. 3 appearances, 2 goals, 1 assist. So fair play to him. I was never really sold with him. Um, I was never. He never really convinced me that he was going to be like a long-term solution. But anyway, fair play to him. We got a 50% sell-on clause. So if any big name comes in to buy him, um, his stats are good. He just didn't really, for some reason, it just didn't suit him at our club. But anyway, yeah, if a big club comes in for him, we'll get 50% of the next fee. So that's good. Uh, is there much else to tell you about? Obviously, we had to replace him. We couldn't just rely on Stepanov, and actually, we had a bit of a fan, a team backlash where they all started to worry about squad depth, and I signed 2 players, 2 strikers, to replace him. So first one is this lad who's like our first choice striker, I think, or is he our backup? I think he's our backup, to be fair. 18 years old. His physicals have got a little bit of work, so I'm still training him as a pressing forward to try and sort out his balance, his stamina, and his strength. So that's Bate, but Babic is like our first choice, and you'll see he's a little bit more advanced. Still 18 years old, current ability is quite good. His physicals are just a little bit more advanced, aren't they? If you look down the side there, his balance is better, his stamina. So I'm actually trying to work him on his vision and his passing, and his heading, because like those are the other bits. So yeah, working on his aerial for his sort of additional focus, and then his teamwork and vision and stuff, in his mental. So quite happy with him. I have to say he hasn't managed to score yet. He's only played in 2 games because this happened quite recently. So what's really happened? I was going to come back for the Minsk game. I think it was. I think what it was. I was going to come back for the cup final, and then the Minsk game. No, in fact, I showed the cup final, but then there was such a gap in between here that I had to, something had to happen. So yeah, and then after that, I played these 2 games, and Babic has played well. Just hasn't quite got his goal. But now we're in Europe, and I thought it'd be good to come back so I can show these 3 games, and maybe even as far as Shakhtar Soligorsk, because obviously they're second in the league. So yeah, bearing in mind that this is our European game, I'm fielding a whole squad of youngsters. The oldest is Yablonsky, who needs a bit of game time, but also Volkov is suspended, so I had to take him out. So so that's where we're at. I don't think there's really much more to update on this. I would say, I mean, that's our transfer details, and actually, if you look over the 2 seasons, we spent 2.2 plus 1.6. What's that? 3.8, and we've made 375 plus 5.25. It's about, say, 5.5. It's a little bit more, but say 5.5. So we're in profit over the 2 years, which is good. Got rid of a lot of deadwood as well, didn't we, that summer? I remember that, or that, close season. I remember that. A little bit gutted that Shkirin never made it, being that he was Belarusian and his stats do look good, but I don't know what it was about him. It never, for whatever reason, it just never really happened for him. And 5.5 million or whatever it was, that 5 million. There you go. When we bought him for 1 is a lot of money to turn down. It's a bit of a shame because he was beginning to fire. Like, if you look at when we sold him, 11 appearances, 4 goals, 6 assists, 2 player of the matches, and 7.34. He was just starting to fire, but I do think it was the right time to sell him. And as I said, there's no reason why Bate can't come on. The one thing I'm a little bit worried about is his finishing. It's a little bit below what I'd like. But physically he's good. We're going to work on his mentals, and he's also quite good in the sort of support role, the passing and the technique. So if we can work his vision up, and obviously his heading and bravery, whilst also the finishing just coming up a little bit, I think he'll be a good player. The other in was this lad who's 18 years old. He's going to take a bit of work, and again I'm working on his physicals at the moment, because he's a little bit behind schedule. Ideally by now he'd be good at his physicals, but he's obviously a player to work with. So we've got a whole squad of 18-year-olds basically now, which is good, So we'll have to see where this goes basically now. But now we've got the squad in, I just need to be careful with the training regime and not overplay them and all that business. So let's move. What the hell is going on? Okay. Why is my touchpad not working? Good. Right. Okay. So let's crack on. Trukov is unfortunately injured, but we're going to go with this as our first team, which is Babic, the new signing up front. He came through our youth system, so I'm really going to try and get him firing on all cylinders. But it's about getting him game time at the moment. Trukov would usually be first choice, if we had that. Demidovic on the left, Aziz is the box-to-box, Nezovic, and probably bring on Komarovsky to give him game time as well. Orikeva on the right. New signing, left wing back, just giving him a bit of time. I think it's his first start. Yeah, it'll be his first start, but just giving him a bit of game time. Kapov as the left centre-back, who's, when he turns 18, we're going to have to start working on his mentals a bit. A little bit worried about his heading ability and his marking ability, but if he's got the potential there, then that's good. Yablonsky standing in because we had Volkov suspended, and our right wing back, who's coming on leaps and bounds apparently in training. And as you can see, so if you take a look at his physicals there, that's what ideally our left wing back would have, something along those lines. So then we can start working on the mentals. So at 18 years old, I've started working him on, no nonsense fullback to start working on these mentals, whereas a little bit behind schedule is this lad. You can see his physicals aren't quite the same, but once they do move up, then we'll start working on the mentals. So, as I said, in terms of development, until this bunch who are sort of 17, 18, a couple of 19, once they start reaching sort of 20, 21 is when we'll be reaping the benefits. So I think first things first, let's just worry about the next game. And I mean, I've never heard of this opposition. The only other thing is that he's unhappy. I forgot to mention, because basically someone, I've forgotten who it was, but some sort of Russian team, I think it was. There we go. Lokomotiv Moscow came in for him, and I basically said, "You're not going anywhere." I mean, you sign a new contract that ties you down till 2023. For good money, and then the next thing you're complaining that you're not allowed to leave when a team comes in, and you think, well, you're quick enough to sign the contract for more money, So. Hopefully he drops that over time. Otherwise, I'll have to go out and buy a ball player. But if he's going to leave, then it's got to be for good money. You can't be sort of leaving out the back door for sort of £500,000. So I'm going to be demanding of them. Are we at home? We're away. So let's show. Straight away an opportunity. 2 minutes in. Safe hands, Kine. Very good. Great ball. Bate. Oh, he's hit the bar. It's been unlucky. I've been more encouraged with Bate in his early stages than Shkirin ever. Not when he has a Toblerone head like that. But yeah, I feel a little bit more settled and encouraged by this team. But we need to start playing today. Release the ball, Hein. Kapov. Demidovic. Don't do it. Oh, he's done him. Thought he was going to lose it then. Aziz, great ball out to the left wing back. Beats his man. Ball in. Babic, 1-0. And what's so good about that is he's actually broken his duck, which is fantastic. So, first goal for the club. And in my opinion, there you go. And that's what he can do. He's got a bit more of an aerial presence, hasn't he? So I'm super pleased for him, and I will be congratulating him after the match. This is an opportunity for some of the players to make a name for themselves. We're resting a lot of experienced heads that are on the bench. And, hopefully this team now, that I've assembled the team I want, unless something drastically goes wrong or whatever, or we receive another big, another big offer for one of the players. But you are talking any of these players that go, that it's going to have to be upwards of 2.5 million. Any of these players, you know, the young players. Aziz, ball in. Jablonski, 2-0. I was never worried about this game in terms of result, but obviously it's still good to see players stepping up. Aziz with a great ball in. Jablonski. Surprised he hasn't complained about game time this season. But anyway, 2-0. Pleased with that. Jablonski this time with the free kick. How did that not go in? How did that not go in? Aziz, poor ball this time. And Ristov takes the ball away. No one is going out to him. There we go. Is that our right back? Come on. Right, Nizovic. It's time to start ringing the changes, maybe in. Okay. Komarovsky for Nizovic. I mean, we could really take him to the cleaners, put Nekahajcik on for Demidovic, and Orakevo off for Skivish. Or do we put Dragoon on for Aziz? I think maybe, just so that Aziz doesn't get sent off in case, you know, you never know. I think protect him from a red. So I left back with a breakaway run. Who's helping him though? Looks back, Nekahajcik's there. Crossfield ball, Orakevo. First time, oh, it's lovely. Oh, it's disallowed. Tarakanov. Anyway, yeah, 2-0 from the first leg, and again, it's a really good opportunity to give these players 90 minutes, you know, the youngsters. And obviously we've got a second leg yet that we can do the same. Be home, and hopefully we'll give our other striker a bit of a run out, our other new striker, and we'll also have the player back from injury, the advanced playmaker back from injury. Would rather we didn't concede. Oh, he's missed the header. Interesting, because his heading stat is the one that worries you. You know, I did look at that. Orakevo's knackered. Alright, good performance, well done. And what I will do is good lad. Ilya Babic, you know. Oh, I thought his heading was really good. Is that the other lads? There's one of them, and there you go. But look at his current potential now. let's hope he continues in training. And yeah, Bagger, it's a shame about Bagger, but he annoyed me with his training. And he's not in my first team plans now. Not while, my loyalty is towards developing these players, particularly as they are doing well now. So Trukov, that's his name. When's he due back? Oh, that's interesting. We've got more foreigners than we should. So that's where Komorevsky balances that out because he's Belarusian. How's he developing? Looking good. Let's have a look at the mentoring. Basically, all I look at with the mentoring is having one player with a high determination. Like, that's higher than most of these players. When you've got his is shot up to 10. His is 7. And his is 6, which is why, you put them in with Filipenko, who's got significant influence, it's going to shoot up to at least sort of, better. Demidovich is at 14 now, but he's with Nekahaichuk, whose determination is 18. Orakevo is at 8. His went down, which is why I've added him to this mentoring group. And then you've got Berezkin, who's at 18. But his is 4. And his is 15, just gone up. His is 13, so hopefully that does go some way in the next season or so. Okay. That's wrong. Skurin went out. Or did that count before the transfer window? Little bit naughty, that. Like I say, he's going nowhere. Jesus, they like to play compact. I guess the trick is to not over-attack. So, you need to start. Is Trukov back? I think probably Skavish will start instead of Orakevo. We'll put in Nekahaichik as well instead of Demidovich. Dragoon maybe as well, or maybe keep Aziz in. Feel like maybe we'll start Bereskin as well. And actually, I don't think it's a game for him to start. Maybe what I'll do, let's put this lad in. And he can come off the bench if things go well. We'll play Kapov. He needs to play games. He needs to develop. The moment he turns 18, though, then I'm taking him away from what he's learning. He needs to sort his aerial game out. Fantastic trainer, this lad. So excited for the next. Who is he? I released him. What's his problem? Yeah, I don't think he got a game for me. I don't think he played once. I am not worried. Yeah, there you go. Look, he played twice in 2018, which is obviously before I was there, and once there. I'm not worried. Offers made for Yablonsky. Interesting that they're after him. I do a little bit feel as though he's just a bit spare. Maybe if I can stick that in and get it up to 250,000. Not letting them have him. Yablonsky. There's nothing wrong with him. I just maybe feel as though he's not getting the game time. Like, what has he played 6 games? And it's more an effort to put him in. He only played 11 last season as well. Hasn't really done a lot wrong, but yeah, I think it's time to sell him. If we can get some good money for him. How much did we sign him for? Like, I know he wasn't one of mine. Like, I never signed him. Been at the club for years. I'm surprised he's not like a favoured personnel or something. But is that good business? He's got pretty good mentals. Determination isn't all that. And who are the team that are signing him? They're in the Russian league, so I think his value will go up if they sign him. Let's see. You know, he's not like a major feature, is he? In my plans. So. It's big news, 33 million for Aguero. Good to see he's developing, Miguel Aziz. Have we had any more birthdays? Oracaves must be soon. September. Why did I think there was one in August then? Maybe it's Bate. 3rd of August. To be honest though, I'm pretty sold on what he's learning. Right. I think this could be a game that we struggle to score. Bearing in mind that they are so defensive. And, you know, we're still sort of finding our feet, which is why I put Bereskin in. There's a little bit of extra sort of creativity and Skavish and Nekahajcik in there as well. I feel like we're going to struggle to score. Though what's interesting is how unfit they seem. How are they? Winners, win the ball back. Let's go, Babic. It's got no one up there to support him. Where's our right back? Where is our right back? Where is our right back? That. Unbelievable. Who did I put at right back? Can't get it out. Oh, I've got the youngster. His positioning was awful for that. What is his positioning stat? 13. It's actually quite good. Come on. Generally speaking, we're on top. But it's like I said, we're struggling to sort of create chances, aren't we? 6 shots, 4 on target, but not one notable of a highlight. Berezkin playing badly, Aziz not on it, Skavish as well. So they're the 3 subs that we'll look to do at the moment. If things don't improve, come on. Get creative. Rally them. Not happy with your performance. Good. Save that get creative for about 50 minutes. I thought this would be one that we struggled to create. Right. You're having a bad game, so we're going to bring on you. Aziz, we need something to happen, so we're going to bring on Dragoon. And you're not having a good game either, Skavish. Thing is, he's knackered. Do we bring on Orakeva, or do we put Nekahajcik on the right and Demidovic on the left? No. That's not the way to go. Okay, Orakeva, you're going to have to come on, son. And then we'll go attacking. And I will demand more. Great. Straight away. There's a chance. 1-0. Good. Who got it? Volkov. That's very good. Immediate response to the changes I made. Volkov. Massive. And, you know, this is why I don't want to sell him. He's onside. I've made my 3 subs. Filipovic picked up a knock. Let's see it out. Come on. Tell him to concentrate. Overwhelmed by that feedback, apparently. They got players who, what are we on, 81? Or a Cavo. He's come deep, isn't he? Tarakanov. Oh, he's hit a banger. And again, I was right not to move him. Make sure of the 3 points. I think this was a big hurdle, this game, because they're with the sort of team that we struggle against. And they were defensively set up. And obviously, our striker hasn't quite settled in yet. So to take that one out of the bag and pull that one out, it's good. 2-0 game over. Team talk. Good win, boys. Well done. So we're in really good shape. And what were the other? Dynamo Brest 1. Shakhtar. They must have won whenever they played. Yeah, because didn't we batter Shakhtar? Like 6-1. Yeah, there you go. I remember that game. So let's just have a look at the player stats. Appearances. Top goal scorer, right. It's weird. It's weird that there's no real standout player from us, which is probably a good thing. Filipovic injured. It means Nastic can probably get a game. But first we've got the second leg, haven't we, in Europe? So again, another opportunity to ring the changes. How long's he out for? We'll put Nastic on the bench. Oh, please tell me Trukov will be back by then. And we're going to put you on the bench as well. We'll put you on the bench too. I need to sort a loan out for Igor Stepanov, to be fair. Like, you know, a lot of these players here are like 26, they're at a good age. Yablonsky, you know. See how that goes. It's interesting that he's rated so highly. I prefer what I've got. Oh, wow. See, these games are just coming thick and fast. We're just doing what we do. You know, you've got 11 players here. The average age of that squad has to be 18. Like, he's 18, he's 17, 17, 18, 18, 17, 18, 17. He's 23, which jumps it up. He's 19, but, you know. Trust me, 2 or 3 seasons we're going to be, you know, a real force. You know, a real force. Oh, good. We don't need to scout anyone. We're all right. The one thing that we might need to start looking towards is a centre back if Yablonsky goes. But I think if you sign, I suppose, maybe, if we started looking for a decent centre back, younger, we can start looking towards and Volkov go in the summer. Really, we need to start signing Belarusian players, don't we? Really? I think. Oh, I see. I could up my scouting budget. I didn't realise you could do that. Right. The youth package. we have to stay in Belarus. Push that down. Okay. Well, yeah, there's not really anyone. God, he's 15. Thing is, I haven't really been scouting anyone because I haven't needed to. The other thing is that a lot of these players as well, within a couple of years, might even end up becoming Belarusian by trade. Yeah, isn't there something about citizenship details? Days to gain nationality, 1,095. So I've got 1,072. What's that? 369. So it's about 4 years, is that? I think it's about 4 years. .365 times 4 is 1,460. So it's 3 years consecutively. So if I look through our transfer history, Kapov as an example, he's Belarusian anyway, so it doesn't matter. Trukov, Belarusian. Komarovsky, Belarusian. Aziz, but he came in December, so he's only a year. Or half a year he's been here. Yeah. Okay. Got a little bit of time yet. Okay. Well, anyway, revisit in a couple of years. But if these players can become Belarusian nationals, we plan to keep some of these players like Miguel Aziz. Guess every now and then just have a quick look in here and see Ukrainian, Serbian. Edit search to show as well, vision and passing. So, how is he so poorly rated when he's got everything? He's a little bit older. But anyway, he's 19. And he's not Belarusian. Another good draw. Yeah, we've been quite lucky with the cup draw this year. Again, we can play the kids for that. The fact that we're already blowing teams away. Oh, what was that? Striker. Oh, yeah, I did look at him. He was another one we were potentially signing. Pace, acceleration. Heading's a bit low. Vision's also low. Passing technique. Finishing. Yeah, he's just a little bit younger. But being Brazilian put me off because I'd rather have players who are either Belarusian or come from sort of this region. Okay. Good that. So what we need to check now. First off, deselect. When's our next game after this? It's only a couple of days, isn't it? So I think we probably need to look. Some of the big players not. So like he's right, first off, if you're at 100%, or in need of a rest anyway, you're not playing. Now, if you are to be honest, none of these can play. If they are, you give them 20% just purely to help their match fitness. 20 minutes. That's it. Jablonski can play because he's on his way out anyway, probably. It always comes up at a bad time. What happened there? Oh, whatever that was. I did wonder because he hasn't been playing as much. Okay. I can imagine that going down pretty badly with the fans and the board because it's not a great deal of money, you know. And it does leave us exposed. I think I said at the very beginning of this save though we were going to be a selling club. Transfers. Jablonski, C. the board are content, unhappy selling him as he was a regular starter. I disagree with that. I think I agree with that. I think he'll turn out to be a great player. Bate. We just need to stick with him. Still injured. I think I need to loan him out as well. Okay, so Hein in goal. Volkov, the unhappy Volkov, Kapov. Despotovsky, I think is how you pronounce his name. He's Serbian. 188 days. So Komorevsky or Nezovic both played similar amount of games. Has that not been sorted yet? Like, I've sorted it. Strengthen the 5 days left. Please the attempts. Yeah, we strengthen the squad. How is that still a thing? Really got to sort out the squad numbers next season. It's a real hodgepodge. Okay. Yeah, that one. Great ball out. Back. Komorevsky. Ball in. Babic. Nice. Again, the big man. I was calling the big man. I don't even know how big he is. I don't know how tall he is. Keeper's done awful there, hasn't he? He's had a howler. But anyway, 1-0 on the night. You know, when you've got a 2-0 away leg lead, I mean, let's have it right. These players are basically farmers, aren't they? Like, you know, when the goalkeeper's serving you your breakfast at the hotel before the match, you know. Oh, Winners, Kapov, getting there again. He's been good today already. Or a Cavo. I don't know what that was. So what was the birthday? 3rd of the month, wasn't it? Was that a pen? Who's going to take it? Used to be Dragoon, it's not anymore. Volkov, fair. Nice one. Hopefully we can convince him to stay. I think the Yablonski deal is probably a bad one. I don't think I'll look back in a season's time and say, oh, I should never have let him go, but I think it's left us exposed. But it does mean now that, you know, it's kind of shit or bust with Kapov. He has to play, you know. 4-0. Demidovic. It's 22 minutes gone. You know, it's great that these players are getting such a great day out. But Demidovic again. Aziz, Demidovic. They're looking to counter. Straight away, Volkov picks it up. Babic now. Aziz pangs it out. Orikevo. Demidovic, one more. Great ball. Wing back. Volkov, second of the game. Is he going to get a hat-trick, do you think? I mean, it's an absolute... an absolute destruction from a team of players who are basically only just out of nappies. Keepers had nothing to do, just nothing to do. So we'll bring on Nezovic for Orikevo. For Komarovsky. Babic has got himself a goal. It's a good performance, but I want to give Bate his debut. Don't get complacent. See who reacts badly to that. Volkov seems to lose confidence. You kidding me? The other one is Zook. Hasn't had much game time, has he? So I think those are probably the three I'll bring on. Demidovic's got 2 goals though. But great ball. Ball in. Oh, I was just about to take him off as well. All right. Babic off for Bake. Zook on for Demidovic, even if he has got 2 goals. I'm just wondering if I can... And Nezovic for Komarovsky. The only thing that would sort of dampen the spirits, I think, from what has been a great performance is an injury. You know, we don't want any daft injuries picked up. Would like Bate to get himself a goal. Let's just go very attacking. Sod it. Received a phone call in that time, but disappointing that they've had a shot. However, Bake got himself a goal, and that's all I could really ask. So 8-0. It was an absolute thumping. And I think probably it's time to start shifting. Playing Hearts. It's interesting. I think it's probably time to start shifting my attention towards playing the youngsters full time now. Dragoon's one player though that I have to say has been really good. Filipenko, I've got to give him more time. I've got to keep him happy. So I'll swap him out for Volkov. Apart from like the really big games, but like, when's the next sort of big game? I've got a feeling it's after Torpedo. Yeah, we've got Hearts, Shakhtar and Hearts again. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably come back for them. I'll take a little break off air, but I'm really happy with that 8-0. Obviously you would be, but more just, you know, we got a lot of youngsters coming through and it's a really exciting time. Really exciting time. So, yeah, see, Volkov's even Belarusian. I really don't want to lose him. One thing I want to check, though, before I do go, is the leadership. Who's a good leader in this dressing room? Komorevsky, all right. Dragoon, who, you know, will be retiring. Filipenko, again, he's getting on a bit, isn't he? He's like 30, yeah. Nezovic, cool. So I think in time he'll be our captain, who, for a player who when we signed and everyone was opposed to him, I am over the moon with that signing. What a player he turned out to be. I'd say actually he's probably my favourite signing that I've made. Really is. So all right, let's just do a quick age check. So 17. So he hasn't turned 18 yet. It's September, isn't it? Is it me or has it been July for a long time? Because who is it who turns 19? Bate, I think, in September the 3rd. Sorry, August the 3rd. Sorry, that's what I meant. But I think we're already training him in the right areas. Really hope his vision gets better. So yeah, when he's 19, and then when he's 20, we can try and work on his aerial ability. Hopefully, how tall is he? 6 foot, so got a good jumping reach. So yeah, pleased with that. Okay. So we don't, even when he comes of age, has his birthday, we don't need to worry about changing him. So really, it's Orikevo's birthday we need to worry about next. His is in September. I've got a feeling, he's going to struggle to make the grade. I'll give him his game time and I'll make sure I try. But I think he's going to really struggle to get those physicals to a grade that's worth keeping hold of. I can see that being a struggle. So yeah, there we go. If you've watched, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I think we're onto a winner here. So as I said, I will come back, and I will come back for the Hearts Shakhtar sandwich game. I'll probably show those 3 next. But we're doing well. We're doing well. When you look at where we are in the league, so we're top of the league with a little bit of breathing space, and obviously that Shakhtar game sandwich between the Hearts games massive, and I'll probably end up playing a few more experienced heads for that one, because a win for that pretty much puts us a shoe-in for finishing first. In this league, it's weird because first and second actually have a playoff to say who wins it. So that's something to bear in mind. But we're miles ahead, which is a good thing. Things are going well in Europe. So yeah, that's the league. As I said, if we can get a result there, then we're doing well. We've got them in the league, and yeah, we drew this lot in the cup, who are a division below us and 11th in that league. So, and obviously we won the Super Cup. So there's, when you talk about a squad that is so young and developing, I think personally we're onto a winner here. What you'll probably find as well is that at the end of the season, he needs replacing. He will need replacing with another box-to-box, because we don't have another box-to-box. We've got a youngster who can replace him already. We don't have a youngster that can replace him. He's as good as gone anyway. I'm going to sell him in the summer. So yeah, the next couple of years, a centre-back, we definitely need to be on the lookout for a centre-back and a box-to-box. And a right midfielder. So a right midfielder, a box-to-box, and a centre-back are who I'm going to need to be looking out for. And then after that, it's just keeping on top of whatever you've got going on. If a player needs to leave, like Volkov as an example, you go out and sign a replacement, a bit like what we did with Shearing. So quick finance check. We're in a healthy £12 million overall balance. Profit and loss this month doesn't tell the full story, because obviously the sale, the £5 million sale of income, merchandising. Where's player sales? Player sold, there you go. yeah, the 5 million fell into to last month, and of course the 2 we brought in comes into this month, so that doesn't tell you a full story that we're running at £1 million, loss, overall. The sale of Skirin is basically probably for this season put us this season has put us in profit, and there's no reason why we can't run at a profit for the foreseeable. The other thing is that I don't need to at the moment, but the scouting budget. Well, I didn't realise that you could play with the scouting budget. So that's interesting. It's 66,000, but we could have it as 396,000, which then when you're buying packages, don't know how you do that now. But anyway, yeah, it is what it is. But we could probably buy. There you go. There's how you do the packages. Senior package, 240,000 a year. If we wanted to do the whole world, and that's something we got to look towards eventually. But one thing at a time. We could have afforded that, if we adjusted the scouting budget. We couldn't afford the world for the youth, but to be honest, we don't need to. So, all right then. Well, anyway, let's call it a day there. If you've been watching, thanks for watching. If you haven't, then you're completely unaware that I've said this. So, but yeah, feel free if you want to join us on the next one, which, as I said, we'll come back for the Hearts game and the Crunch top of the table clash. And it'll probably be later today, to be honest. But it's a nice day outside. I want to get out in the sun and have a bit of a walk around. All right. Thanks. Bye-bye.